to the Sweetest Solvers. My name is Sinclair, and this is my sweet mate Lisa. And we're running a series in which we discuss murder mysteries and conspiracies and try to get to the bottom of what really happened.
In today's episode, we'll be talking about a large conspiracy that centers around 9/11, and more specifically, what caused it.
9/11 was a serious and tragic event that was rooted in hate. The following video may be triggering for some, so viewer discretion is advised.
8:52 here in New York. I'm Bryant Gumbel. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft. We don't know if it was a private aircraft. We have no idea how many were on board or what the extent of the injuries are right now.
In 2001, the Twin Towers in New York City and the Pentagon in Virginia were struck by planes hijacked by terrorists, resulting in the death of nearly 3,000, 25,000 injuries, and environmental and infrastructural damage in the ongoing war on terror.
Suspicions of who was behind this attack fell on a man named Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, an extremist group. He initially denied his involvement, but later renounced his statements and took full responsibility. Video footage of his foreknowledge supports this.
This all goes back to 1996 when bin Laden called for U.S. troops to leave Saudi Arabia, in which they were occupying after the Gulf War. They refused, and bin Laden encouraged Muslims to attack Americans until they left. In a 2004 tape, he reveals this is because we are free and want to regain freedom for our nation. As you undermine our security, we undermine yours.
While this is the most widely accepted cause, there are multiple theories that say otherwise. One being that the U.S. government had foreknowledge of the September 11 attacks and yet did nothing. Another would be that U.S. officials were the ones to cause this tragedy.
It is claimed by conspiracists that the North American Aerospace Defense Command had the ability to locate and intercept the planes. Since they didn't, conspiracists believe the government had involvement in the attacks. This is clearly false because while hijacking the planes, one of the first things the hijackers did was disable the board transponders on each of the 4 planes. Also, at the time, there was no automated method for civilian air traffic controllers to alert NORAD.
There was a live BBC report led by Jane Stanley while the buildings were still standing behind her. This is because the BBC relied on an incorrect report from Reuters, a different news agency, that said Building 7 had collapsed. Could this have been a ploy to, in a sense, go viral or get the scoop first?
Some online conspiracy theories suggest that as a part of the government plot, the U.S. fired missiles at the Pentagon. This is because, according to them, the hole in the building was too small to have been caused by a passenger plane.
Flight 93 was the only plane not to land on its target. Why? Well, some theorists explained that it was actually shot down. The remnants of the plane were found miles apart from the main crash site. Were they far apart, or were they too far apart? Conspiracists debate whether it was shot down by a missile or a fighter jet. One thing they all agree on is that the government forced Flight 93 to crash because passengers had found out about the alleged plot.
Another theory that's just wrong is that no Jewish people were killed in the attacks because the Jewish employees that worked the World Trade Center were notified beforehand to not show up for work. However, out of the 2,071 people who died in the building, 191 of them were Jewish. That's 9.2% of the victims in the building alone. New York was 9.7% Jewish. It just doesn't add up.
Man.
Do
you even believe in any of these conspiracies?
No, I think they're all stretches, and I think people are just bored.
They're all a little far-fetched to me. The only one that I would be like, it's kind of, how did Reuters know about Building 7 collapsing? And why would Reuters inform BBC? And then BBC was going to go report. Well, I mean, it makes sense if a building was crashing down, BBC would report on it.
But weren't there a lot of photographers just passing by and journalists sometimes just passing by, so they probably alerted?
But she was standing there before it collapsed.
Oh, okay.
So it was just how did Reuters know that? Reuters had to get some inside scoop or something. And then on top of that, Reuters is still a company. They still be putting out news.
I've never even heard of that.
I never heard of them either. I had to look them up. But they are, in fact, functioning.
I've always heard of the slogan Bush did 9/11, but I never really looked into it. But like I hear bits and pieces about like he did it just to start the war. I guess that makes sense because like they were already beefing before that. Like they were like, get out of my holy land. And they're like, no. So I don't know.
Also, wasn't he was like reading a story to like little kids that day, and like they were like, we have an emergency. He's like, I'm gonna finish this book with the kids.
Bush said that?
That's basically what happened, right?
Dang, that's kind of what
he was like in Florida.
That's kind of what Ted Cruz did when Houston flooded. Like he was like, I'm going to like Panama.
Oh yeah, he went on vacation.
Yeah, I mean like what else are you gonna do? But like, dang boy. I don't know, but like dang.
He could have done something.
Yeah, you could have been like,
at least
calm
look like
down.
you're trying.
Exactly. Don't be like, oh, somebody gotta stay in this flood, but not me. Like, dang. Y'all be easy. Like that's mad inconsiderate. But anyway.
Yeah.
I think, Bin Laden did it. He's dead now, so like.
Definitely. I don't know if we should have like completely invaded another country for a little groups.
That's the thing.
That's what bothers me.
America needs to mind its business. I'm sorry. Like literally, if we just mind our business, we would be like a lot like better off, man. Like, help people out, but like
if everybody just minding their own business is like
yeah.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong if we all minded our own business?
Exactly. None of this is real. This land is not even ours. Like, why?
Money doesn't exist. Money doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Time is fake.
And so are all these conspiracy theories.
Exactly.
It's just a reason to hate on somebody. Especially that anti-Semitic one. That one I'm like, okay, come on. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, hold on. Was that even true that they told Jewish employees not to show up?
No, that's just what they're saying happened. It's like the Jewish elites. I know. It doesn't make any sense.
That is good. Because, like, I understand if it was, like, an occasion. Like, okay, don't, like, there's a holiday that they observe or something, don't come to work.
Oh,
but
no.
It was literally September 11th.
Yeah, nothing happened. Maybe Arbor Day. No, Arbor Day is the 1st. Wait, when is Arbor Day?
I don't even know what that is.
It's about trees.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, that was our first conspiracy on this murder conspiracy show.
And our last.
And our last.
And also.
Our last episode.
Yes.
It's sad. Sinclair and I will no longer be sweet mates, so we will no longer be the Suitest Solvers.
Yeah.
It would be a crime to continue this show under that alias.
It's never the right time to say goodbye. Gotta go. Something our separate ways, bro. Like, come on. But why am I on Suitest Solvers? I need to go on American Idol, bro.
She needs to go on American Idol right now.
Anyway.
Anyways, this is not the end of us, of course.
Oh yeah, we are going to.
We are Link Productions.
Yeah.
Lisa and Link.
Yeah.
Link Productions. You can follow us at Lisa and Sinclair for radio, TV, info.
Yes. Listen to our radio show Off the Riff.
And don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Another high five.
Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted, right?
It was nice while it lasted.